Happy cup of tea Tuesday. Happy cup of tea Tuesday. Cheers. I want to talk today about magic and why. Someone asked me the other day to clarify my deepest why I do the things that I do. And I think I've always been pretty clear on that. But when asked to put words to it, had a little bit of trouble. So I was feeling some kind of way today about it, and I really wanted to share it. Specifically related to why I assist people in transition. But this can be attributed to why I sell boxes of healing crystals, why I make healing jewelry, and even why I sell nail polish. The common denominator is magic. I have a gift, and I have a gift that I'm only happy if I'm sharing it. And that gift is to make magical moments. I can take the most mundane of moments and find meaning in it. And when you find meaning in a moment, you find the magic of it. Because every moment is filled with magic, especially if you believe in something bigger than yourself. What I've noticed in working with people in the death transition is that they stop believing in magic. They have an idea that magic only looks a particular way. It looks like beating cancer. It looks like a cure. And the people who don't have that particular outcome tend to overlook that there's magic in that outcome as well. So I make it my mission to help other people find the magic in every situation they're in. And yes, that means dying too. We can't change whether or not we're going to die. We will all die. We can't really change how we're going to die. Because while we might have a great plan to slip away in the middle of the night, what might actually occur is a car accident on the freeway or a long drawn-out illness or something I can't even think of. So you don't get to choose the how. You get to choose the how of the how. If it's a sudden death, then obviously not. But if it's a long drawn-out illness, you absolutely, positively have control over how you face that, how you deal with it, and what magic you find in it. Yes, the idea of leaving before you're ready is not optimum. It's not fun. It's not fair. It seems unjust, especially if you're leaving behind small children. But we can't change that. What we can change is the legacy we leave behind. And that's where I can come in. That's where I like to come in and help people change their focus so that they can leave a legacy of love and not fear or anger or bitterness or shame or secrecy. I know so many people aren't talking about the possibility of death even when they've received a diagnosis. And I think that's misguided. I think those are missed opportunities. I think that there's healing in sharing your story as it's happening and allowing people to be there for you. I think a lot of people who have survived long-term illnesses have survived it that way. They didn't hide it. They didn't survive it hiding in the shadows. I like to help people make the most of that moment, of all of those moments leading up to that final transition. And it doesn't matter what your belief system is or isn't, because I am not going in with hubris. And there's a lot of talk lately on racial injustice, and it's about time we had those conversations. But I would like to see people to stop name calling, stop shushing people, stop telling people they're not doing well enough, or they're not doing enough, or they're not doing it right. I would prefer that we not focus on white privilege, because that is a systemic symptom. That is not a personal symptom. A personal symptom that is created by white privilege is white hubris. And I think this is what comes into play when we are looking at caring for individuals cross-culturally. I am very experienced in cross-cultural caregiving. I have never cited myself as an expert in it. And that's okay. No one's ever called me an expert in it either. I could very well qualify for one, I suppose. But I think the only thing I'm really expert in is leaving my own hubris outside. I have been able to go into homes where I shared nothing and knew nothing about a culture, and was able to be very effective, and the experience was received in gratitude by my clients, because I left my hubris outside. I didn't go in thinking I was an expert. I didn't go in thinking, oh, I know how these people are going to react because they look like this and they have this statue on their nightstand and they go to church on Sundays and they have this color of skin. I didn't do all that, because not every black person will deal with death the same way. Not every Christian will deal with death the same way. Not every Buddhist will approach death the same way. Not every Muslim, not every Sikh, and on and on, not every woman. I went in and I left my hubris outside. And I said, what can I do for you? What do you need most in this moment? And then I used all of my experiences with all of the people I've ever worked with. And I offered choices. And I think that's where people responded to me the best, is because I offered them choices. I didn't come in telling them what was best for them. I didn't come in telling them that it was my way or no way. I came in with the agenda to help them forge their own way. And you can't do that if you don't know what options are out there. And that's my job, is to present the options. But I can't do that if I've already made a decision on who they are and how they're going to face this moment based on external evidence. And that is my why. Because I don't think everybody does that. And I know that I do it well. And in that, in the options and the choices, lies the magic. You have a greater choice than to just be sad about dying. You can be joyful in dying also. And our culture doesn't make that okay. And I want to come in and make that okay. And I don't come in and make that okay because I'm some white woman with a degree. I come in and make that okay because I am a soul who has traveled a particular path on this particular planet for a particular length of time, and I've had particular experiences with a vast amount of other people. And I approach every situation knowing that I am both a student and a teacher. And it is hubris that would cause us to think we are one and not the other. I'm gonna take a drink of tea on that one. What else did I say I wanted to talk about? Because that pretty much covers the magic. There's magic in everything. There is magic in nails and the way they make you feel, in taking care of yourself. If that's something that you can look down and say, that's me, I did that. Here's a part of me. This is a part of me, like my jewelry, that says a little bit of who I am. There's healing in crystals. To be energetically supported by members of the earth who were formed just with a particular way to look in a particular fashion to end up looking and having particular properties. And we can use that. We can use that. It's not a pill, it's not a medication that's going to do the work for us. No, but these are earth friends, our Mother Earth friends that are gathering to give us that support. Right? And they energetically provide that support so that we can move through whatever block or challenge or experience pain and suffering that we're having. And again, that brings me to my why. There isn't a single moment of a single day that doesn't have magic potential. Not one. Not one. The trick is you have to be still enough to know it, and you have to believe in it. And you have to have your eyes open wide enough so that you'll be able to see it when it shows up. My family laughs at me because what I miss the most now, with my daughter being an adult, is I miss running errands with her. Because somehow we made going to the grocery store or that was pretty much the most errands I guess we ran, but going to the store, we made a stupid grocery store shopping trip an adventure. Running errands, picking up things, paying bills, we made an adventure. We had a song track playing in the car. We were singing at the top of our lungs. We were laughing and telling jokes and laughing some more. And it didn't matter what happened to us. We were making the most of every moment, and I miss that captive audience that I had in her, that I didn't ever have boring days of errand running anymore. And it's the same now with my husband. I enjoy doing mundane things because somehow we make it an adventure. Somehow something funny will happen, or one of us will just say one-liner that has us just rolling in the aisles. Those are magic for me. And maybe it's because I had some moments in my lifetime where it was the opposite of that. And so I'm able to appreciate it more. And again, maybe that's part of the magic of why I can bring it. I don't know. I don't question it. I just know I'm supposed to share it. And I think that about covers everything I wanted to talk about today. Magic. I'm gonna have to start writing notes, I think, so that I don't forget crap. And I know that these aren't the most professional videos. And I watch all of the tutorials about lighting and background and editing and note cards and prompters. I just don't want it to be that contrived. I want you to know that every time I come before this camera and I put this on out into the world, that this is my authentic self. I try and be polished and present my best self because I think part of that is really fun. But when all of the preparation gets to be too much, then my message will be lost and I won't want to do this anymore. And I don't feel like the same energy comes through then. So thank you for putting up with my unprofessional videos. And I do so hope that you can feel my heart touching yours. And if there is some way that I can help you add magic or find the magic in the transition that you're going through right now, I do hope that you will reach out and contact me and see how we can work together. Thank you. Happy Cup of Tea Tuesday.